What's up, guys? It's your boy, Barca Boy 103. Today we're going to be reacting to Barcelona news over the past 24 hours. Firstly, we gotta talk about the transfer news. Barcelona have been linked with a lot of players over the past 24 hours. Trent-Alexander Arnold, Youri Tielemans, Bobby Firmino, and again more rumors about Marcos Asensio arriving on a free transfer. But the two main links have been between Bernardo Silva and Messi. The club want to sign both this summer, but most likely it is not possible, and they'll have to choose between one of the two to fully pursue during the summer. We'll discuss that, and of course, salary reduction for Frenkie de Jong is still on the table for Barcelona. That'll be discussed as well, hopefully next year. The club are optimistic they can reduce his salary, but again, it will not be an easy operation. And finally, we do have some big injury updates on Memphis Depay, Frenkie de Jong, and more importantly, on Araujo, who will have surgery and is now officially out for the rest of this year. But before we get into it, make sure you guys smash that like button down below. Let's try to get to 300 likes this video. It'd be very much appreciated. And also, if you're new, make sure you subscribe down below if you haven't already, and let's get into it. Now, before we get into the video, this video is sponsored by Number One Foot. Number One Foot is one of the best replica football jersey websites on the market. They have fantastic qualities at fantastic prices. I ordered some the other day, and I got the treble winning jersey for Barcelona in the 14-15 season. The quality is absolutely unreal at a fantastic price. Look at the badge on the jersey. It is fantastic. You have the Nike logo as well, looking brilliant. It has the right tags, the right size, the right material, and it's at a fantastic price. And on their website, they do have the new Barcelona kit for this season with the Spotify logo. You can pick what badge you want on the sleeve, La Liga, Champions League. You can pick whatever number you want, whatever name you want on the back as well. And again, the material is absolutely unreal. Here I have the 2007 Champions League kit for Barcelona. As you can see, it has the UNICEF logo, the Nike, the Barcelona badge with the Camp Nou name around it. And if you use the discount code BOY at checkout, you do get 15% off your final order. That is BOY. Use it at checkout, 15% off, and all orders over $80 get free shipping as well. So go down below, top link in the description, and get your new football kit today. Let's start off with the transfer news over the past 24 hours. The first topic that I would like to discuss about is possible summer transfer targets for Barcelona. Firstly, I want to discuss the right back position. As we all know, the main objective for Barcelona this summer, where they're going to invest a heavy amount of the transfer budget in, is going to be in the right back position. And Ronald Araujo came out saying that Trent-Alexander Arnold to Barcelona is possible, but the club will have to spend a lot of money to sign him, which they plan to do in the right back position in the summer of 2023. Now, on paper, you could say that Trent right now is the best right back in the world, but let me know in the comments down below, would you take Trent at Barcelona? For me personally, currently I am leaning towards no for two reasons. Number one, he's English, and English players outside the Premier League, whether you like it or not, don't tend to do well. I think him adapting to La Liga, new language, new culture, new style will be difficult. And secondly, defensively, he is absolutely shite. If we're talking about going forward, he's probably one of the best in the world. I would take him any day of the week without a shadow of a doubt. Defensively, though, the man is suspect beyond belief, and that's for me the big concern. If Xavi thinks he can make him a better defender, sure, go for it. Let's see how it goes. But if Xavi's on the fence or does not really prefer the Trent-Alexander Arnold option, I would stay clear. Again, Romero's not saying that we're being linked with Trent. He's saying that, look, Barcelona can get any right back they want to. The question right now is, who is the right profile to bring in? With the budget that we have, we're going to spend all of it on a right back. We pretty much can get any right back in the world. So if you can pick any right back in the world who would bring to Barcelona, let me know in the comments below. Now, there is also another Premier League player who has been linked with Barcelona over the past 24 hours. And this one, for me, I think is more unlikely than Trent, and it is Youri Tielemans. Candacer came out saying that a lot of people at Barcelona really like Youri Tielemans, especially because he will be a free agent in the summer of 2023. Now, Whether you like it or not, Barcelona are going to get linked with every single free agent in the world that's at least decent, right? I think Youri Tielemans is a great midfielder, but again, where is he going to fit in our team? He has, unless Frenkie de Jong leaves, Frenkie leaves, I cannot see him coming in. Because even Busquets leave, we need a Zubamendi, we have Renewal coming back. We don't need a Tielemans profile. I cannot see, I think I put this at like a 0.5% chance that Barcelona sign him. Of course, we can be interested. That's completely fine with me. But actually signing the player when you have Pedri, Gavi, Kessié, Frenkie, Pablo Torre, that's 5 center mids that we already have, not including the pivots that we have in the team as well, with Nico out on loan, Busquets, and the target, of course, being Zubimendi. So I cannot see us getting Tielemans, although if maybe Kessié leaves, Frenkie leaves, then that door definitely opens for sure. But I think right now with the current squad, Tielemans has no chance. Now, along with a right back, and the priority for Barcelona this summer will be, of course, the return of the greatest human to touch a football, Lionel Andres Messi. And Joan Laporta, number one source around Barcelona, he's come out saying that Messi's name will definitely be on the table for Barcelona next summer. The World Cup will be decisive in the player's decision. Of course, nothing new there. We knew that since he signed his contract with PSG, what was it, last summer, so no surprise there. The big surprise is about Barcelona reactivating their interest in Bernardo Silva. Ferran Martinez from Deportivo came out saying that Barcelona are still determined to sign Bernardo Silva in 2023. He is a big goal next summer, and the player still dreams of joining the club. Now, Joan Laporta, of course, who's been all over Bernardo Silva over the past summer, he came out saying that right now I don't have any new information about Bernardo Silva at the moment. Bernardo will have to hold out without renewing in order to have a better chance of leaving Man City in 2023. Now, Bernardo Silva's current contract at Man City expires in 2025, so this summer he'll have 2 years left on his contract. And the rule of football, when you have 2 years left, that's the best time to sell. Will they have the highest? Will the player will have the highest value they have with the contract they currently have? So the big question that's been going on in the media right now is, can Barcelona sign both Bernardo and Messi? More specifically, can we afford both? Because if you think about it, really, I know, just hear me out here for a second, they're going to be close in wages. I think Bernardo is going to be asking for around 200,000 euros per week. I think Messi will probably ask for at least 400,000, 350,000 per week. So we're talking, maybe 100, 200,000 euros apart in terms of wages. If Frenkie de Jong leaves, of course, that'll open the window completely. But I think if Frenkie does stay, bringing both Messi and Bernardo is complicated. So again, get in the comments down below. If you could pick one, who would you sign? Bernardo Silva or Messi? For me, it's Messi. Now, I get that Bernardo Silva comes in. He's got 4 or 5 years left at the top level. He's created midfielder. Messi's already left. We don't want to see him leave again. I get that. But just the story of Messi coming back, hopefully imagine him winning the Champions League, then leaves with the Camp Nou chanting his name. You can hear it from miles away. And of course, this is the GOAT, man. The way he left the club was disgusting, and I would sacrifice signing a player like Bernardo Silva to bring Messi back. There'll always be another Bernardo Silva. We'll see another one in the next few years, the years after that, but we could never and probably will never see a player like Messi. That's my argument. Of course, you can disagree, but let me know that in the comments below. If you could always sign one, who would you sign between Bernardo Silva and Messi this summer? Let's now discuss the biggest BS rumor over the past 24 hours, and that is the possibility of a Memphis Depay Roberto Firmino swap deal. Now, who else came out saying that Barcelona are working on a Memphis Firmino swap deal for the January transfer window? Now, this is probably not going to happen. I don't believe this whatsoever, but I want to bring this in. Again, get in the comments. Would you swap Memphis for Firmino? Now, for me, I would say yes, just because, Memphis, he's definitely going to leave in the summer. If he leaves in the summer, you have to bring in a replacement. If you just swap Firmino and Memphis, although Firmino, I believe, is 2 years older than Memphis, very similar profile, both center forwards, not strikers, not wingers. You get a same player with the quality of Memphis. You get to save some value on the wage structure as well with FFP. I think overall, it's not a bad deal. I think you lose a player, bring one player in a swap deal. It benefits everyone. I think Firmino, very likely, if he does come in, would come in on less wages than currently Memphis earns. I think Memphis all in with bonuses. earns around 120,000 euros per week, but without bonuses, I think he's around 80 or 70, something like that. So I think Firmino will come in on that price. To be honest, I wouldn't mind it. It's just, like a, whatever transfer in my opinion, but probably won't happen. I just thought it would be funny to bring it up in the video. If you would do it or not, let me know down in the comments below. Let's now discuss the players who have been rumored to leave Barcelona over the past 24 hours. First up, you won't believe it, it's Ousmane Dembele. You're probably thinking, what the hell is going on? Let me explain. This definitely falls in the BS category of news, but it does have some truth to it. Now, it's coming in from ARA. They've come out with a very interesting article. They've come out saying that Barcelona will sign Marcos Alonso on a free transfer from Real Madrid if Ousmane Dembele leaves the club. Barcelona are considering the possibility of selling Dembele in January. The player's contract, of course, expires in 2024. Moreover, his agent considers that Ousmane Dembele should leave Barcelona. Dembele's agent, Moussa Sissoko, wants to get Dembele to leave Barcelona for a huge bonus, something Barcelona refused to give when Ousmane Dembele renewed his contract in the summer. If Barcelona sells Dembele, they will sign Asensio for free. Barcelona would receive a huge fee for Ousmane, and at the same time, they will sign him with his replacement on a free transfer. Despite the interest in Asensio, Barcelona have not reached any agreement with the principal with the player. It all depends on whether Ousmane Dembele leaves the club. Now, when I first saw it, I'm thinking, little crap, right? But if you really read into it, it makes sense. But if you just took out the January part for the summer, I'd be wide open, all ears, you have my attention. I think in January, there is absolutely zero chance Barcelona sell Dembele unless a very good offer comes in. I'm talking 70 million plus, which I think is very unlikely. Of course, it's a release cost 100 million euros. Anyone can really activate that. I highly doubt it will happen unless some club is on drugs, let's be honest. So in the summer though, this situation is definitely a possibility. Us bringing in Asensio to replace him would be an absolutely massive downgrade, let's be honest. I think Asensio, again, for me with Asensio, he's okay, he's decent, he's average, but just him coming from Real Madrid makes it 1,000 times worse. That's just my opinion. I don't want to sign and play for Real Madrid. If you agree with me, disagree, agree with me, whatever, that's just my opinion. I would not go for Asensio simply because right now he's playing for Real Madrid. I don't want any Real Madrid player anywhere near my squad. That's just my opinion. But with Xavi, he does like Spanish players. I think he does have a favoritism, so to speak, and does like Asensio's profile. But again, from the Dembele point of view, it is a massive downgrade. But no doubt, Barcelona this summer will make a decision on Ousmane Dembele to renew his contract or to sell him. In the summer, I think the club will sell him for around 40 to 60, somewhere around there, depending on the offers coming in, how Dembele performs from now to the end of the season, all that sort of stuff. But I think this summer, there will be that decision to renew or sell him. So this story does make some sense. But I think in regards to the January aspect, there's absolutely no chance. So we'll wait and see with Ousmane. Again, this season will define whether or not Barcelona want to give him the money that he wants this summer for his renewal, or even to sell him. And most likely, we are hearing that Ousmane Dembele does leave. Asensio is his replacement. Now, a player who was rumored to leave Barcelona every single day of the past transfer window was, of course, Frenkie de Jong, and we've been hearing that Frenkie de Jong and President Joan Laporta reached an agreement over the summer that if he does not get sold, they will talk throughout the season over a salary reduction, and it looks like those talks have begun. Now, firstly, Santi Jimenez has come out saying that Barcelona are very close to reaching an agreement with Frenkie de Jong for a significant salary reduction. Now, Santi Jimenez, not too reliable. I think he's, a very mid-tier journalist, sometimes right, sometimes wrong, but probably more on the wrong side. But if you look into it in his Twitter, he is followed by Youri Cruyff, Joan Laporta, a lot of the big names around Barcelona. Fabrizio Romano as well follows him as well. So you can take that maybe into consideration or not. I personally think this is really, not advanced in any way, shape, or form. He has no credibility whatsoever. But then again, all the big names, the president does follow him on Twitter, so take that as you will. Now, more reliably, Candace have come out saying that Frenkie de Jong has one of the highest earning contracts in the squad before leaving. Bartomeu, they extended his contract, of course, till 2026. As we all know, Laporta's idea is to negotiate a salary reduction at the end of the year. They see it as difficult for the player to accept it, but again, they are optimistic. So Joan Laporta wants to reduce his salary, of course. They want to start talks, but again, they don't think it's, a hole-in-one guaranteed. It will be very, very difficult with the current competition we have in the midfield. Of course, Frenkie de Jong having a very tough last summer, let's be honest. We'll wait and see. I think, being linked with Tielemans, all this sort of stuff. I think the negotiations, of course, will heavily be impacted on how Frenkie de Jong performs and also how important Frenkie de Jong is for Xavi as well. So we'll wait and see. I think January, most likely, the talks will start. Of course, we'll be coming back from the Christmas break. I think we're right into a few league games in the Super Cup as well against Betis. So I think the time to talk really is when the Netherlands get eliminated from the World Cup. Maybe they go on to win it. Who knows? But, at some point, I think you should talk about it before the window ends. But we'll wait and see. No doubt, though, Frenkie de Jong has to reduce his salary. 400,000 euros a week for, let's say, bench/starter player right now is above market value beyond belief. So we'll wait and see what happens with it. Again, Barcelona are planning to start talks soon with Frenkie de Jong over a salary reduction. Now, one player at the moment who is very likely to lead the club this summer is the third captain of the club, Sergi Roberto. Now, Gerard Roberto came out saying that Sergi Roberto is expected to leave Barcelona when his contract expires in the summer of 2023 as things stands. Of course, Roberto, I would say over the past year, has been really struggling with injuries. Again, we've seen him for a few minutes this season. That's pretty much it. He's getting discomforts. He's getting injured. I would consider Roberto right now as an injury-prone player for sure. I think we need him for the upcoming games coming up in October. Let's see if he stays fit. Again, right now, as things stand, no doubt about that, he won't renew. Of course, Xavi does want to keep him. He likes the profile of Roberto, but when he can't stay fit, it's not worth it. Again, Roberto is earning peanuts at the moment. We're hearing around 70,000 euros per week, which, from what he had from before at 200,000, it is a big downgrade. So we'll wait and see. Again, with player exits right now, I don't think any is guaranteed. Roberto, Bellerin, Alonso, Busquets, Jordi Alba, Piqué, whoever it may be, I don't think any exit right now is guaranteed, but I do believe the closest exit player right now is Roberto. Not performing at all because he keeps getting injured, and again, his contract is up in 2023. Let's now discuss the news in regards to player welfare around Barcelona over the past 24 hours. First, an update on the situation of Ansu Fati, and it's coming in from Sport. They came out saying that Ansu Fati is working on strength and resistance training to improve his physical condition. GPS data shows how much playing time he can get. Forwards average around 50 sprints per match, but Ansu is not ready for that 50 sprint yet. Xavi is sure that the player's best version is very close to returning, but at the moment, Ansu Fati feels more comfortable playing as a striker than as a left winger, as the physical demand is not as high from a striker to a winger. Medical tests showed that Ansu Fati is close to resistance and power levels that he had before his injury started. As for top speed, he is yet to catch up. Now, of course, when he returned from his injury back last season after that natural treatment, he did play a lot as a striker, and now we could see that after the international break. I think against Real Mallorca, there's a good chance that Ansu Fati will start as a striker, and possibly Ferran Torres and Rafinha as the two wingers, of course, to give Lewandowski and Dembele some rest. But I think, like I said before, over the past few days of the international break, I'll say it again, this month of October for Ansu Fati is huge. No doubt he wants to go to the World Cup, and to be honest, Spain kind of need him. They look absolutely shy against Switzerland without him. Borja Iglesias, Nico Williams, Yeremy Pino, Ferran Torres, just not at the level on their day to Ansu Fati, and he knows that. So we'll wait and see. I would be shocked, and I mean shocked, if he does not start against Real Mallorca this weekend. If he doesn't, I will be shitting myself, because there ain't no way he has 2 weeks off, full of training, rehabilitation, ready to go, and doesn't start. You want to give Lewandowski a break. He's been playing a lot of games over the international break. Dembele has some discomfort. Rafinha is still playing for Brazil. You have got to start Ansu Fati in this match, whether he's fit or not, to be honest, because we're kind of desperate. But if he doesn't, it's going to be he's going to be on the rope. So we'll wait and see with Ansu Fati, but again, watch out for him playing as a striker more often than a winger after the international break. Now, the final topic that I want to discuss before I end off this video is give you guys some injury updates surrounding Barcelona over the past 24 hours, and we do have 3 official confirmations of injuries and also decisions coming in from the club. Firstly, the club yesterday released 2 statements saying that Memphis Depay and Frenkie de Jong are both injured, and their availability will mark based on the recovery, all that sort of stuff. So the club have now confirmed that Memphis Depay and Frenkie de Jong are both injured, but of course in the media we do have a leak of their timeline for their recovery, and of course it's coming again from having Miguel from AES. He's come out saying that Memphis Depay will be out for around a month. Could come back earlier, could come back a bit later, but box standard right now it is looking like a month. But some good news, Frenkie de Jong's injury isn't serious whatsoever. He will miss a Real Mallorca match over the weekend, but he most likely will be in the squad list for the midweek match in the Champions League against Inter Milan. Some good news there. Of course, bad news with Memphis. We have no rotation now for Lewandowski. He will be out for the entire month of October. He'll probably come back for the last few games, of course, before the World Cup coming in November. But again, for that, big games, Villarreal, Bilbao, Bayern, Clásico, Inter twice, no Depay there. But De Jong should be back. His injury is not serious. He should need, I think, a week or 2 to recover. And of course, we're having a week right now. He came back a few days ago. So with that being said, most likely he will return midweek next week, of course, against Inter Milan in the Champions League. But the biggest injury update over the past 24 hours has been the news about Ronald Araujo, which of course I told you guys 24 hours before it happened, and it is confirmed now that Araujo will be having the surgery. The club released an official statement saying that Araujo will undergo surgery on Wednesday for his injury in his right thigh. The operation will be carried out by whatever doctor it is, and it will be taking place in Finland with the club's medical staff in supervision. So Araujo surgery is confirmed. His 2022 is done. We will not see Araujo for Barcelona until the new year in 2023, and he will also miss the World Cup. Now, credit to Ronald, he decided to pick his Barcelona career over his Uruguayan career. Let's be honest here, he could have did the natural treatment, went back in a month, go and play in the World Cup. But he listened to the advice from the coaching staff, from Xavi, from Dr. Pruna, and he decided to go for the surgery. That way, if you have surgery, the injury very, 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 very unlikely will return. Now, he released a official statement as well, saying that, look, I love my country, I love Barcelona, but I took all the advice that was given to me, and I feel like taking the surgery was the best decision. I think his agent also came out saying that, look, he has 3 other World Cups ahead. It's not a problem right now. We're focusing on the now for his career at the moment. So, you know what? Ballsy move, and credit to him. Of course, Ansu Fati to take notes, but you know what, Araujo is taking that big step, and I applaud him. I think, again, the surgery was the correct decision. Of course, from a Culé fan point, I could not give a shite about Uruguay in the World Cup. I care less for Barcelona, and this for me was the best decision. Now, of course, he's going to miss all the matches in October and the 2 in November. We have the World Cup for a month, and we do have 1 game on the final day of the year, on the 31st of December, which he could be on the bench for, maybe, who knows, but I think most likely we'll see Araujo again in 2023. So again, speedy recovery. Hopefully the surgery goes all well. And again, no doubt, I know that the beast in Araujo will be back in the full flesh in 2023. But there also is a limelight, so to speak, in this Araujo saga. As we all know, if you have been on the channel for a long time, I think it was last summer we talked about Ousmane Dembele getting injured in the Euros for France, or maybe it was the year before, I forget, to be honest. Anyways, he got injured, he was out for like 6 months, and we were told that FIFA have to pay his wages because, of course, he was getting injured on national duty, and the same goes for Araujo. Mundo Deportivo came out saying that FIFA will have to compensate Barcelona for the injury of Araujo. The club's players who are injured in their national team and exceed 28 consecutive days being injured are available to receive compensation for the injury. Sport came out confirming the news and also adding that FIFA will pay Barcelona around 20,450 euros every day until Araujo receives a medical green light. This is part of FIFA regulation to protect players who get injured during the international break. So once the first 28 days pass, every single day after that, we'll get around 20,000 euros per day until it gets the green light for Araujo's injury. Now again, Barcelona could drag this on for a very long time. Theoretically, this will pay for his wages that he is when he's out, so makes sense. We heard this, of course, last year or the year before, I can't forget, with Ousmane Dembele, so no surprise here. So again, he can recover. No problem for Barcelona about his wages, something like that. That'll all be covered by FIFA. The reality is now the main focus for Araujo to recover at 1000%, because we need him for next year in 2023, as we do have big ambitions, of course, for the Super Cup, Copa del Rey, La Liga, and hopefully the Champions League as well. So that was my reaction to the Barcelona news over the past 24 hours. Hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, make sure to leave a like, and of course leave me your thoughts down below in the comments on everything we discussed. But the main thing I want to know firstly, of course, is the 3 questions I asked you guys in the video. Firstly, if you could sign one, who would you sign between Messi and Bernardo Silva? Secondly, in that Firmino Memphis swap deal, would you do it or not? Thirdly, on Ousmane Dembele, think he'll leave in January or leave in the next summer after that or not? Fourthly, your thoughts on Frenkie de Jong possibly taking a salary reduction? And lastly, on Araujo taking the surgery option. Do you think that was the correct decision or not? And of course, make sure you guys subscribe down below if you haven't already. And I'll see you guys next time on the channel. Take care and Forza Barca.
Yeah.